Have you have you met Taylor Swift?
Bro, that's the first question everybody asked me, bro. I have.
Welcome to the Leader Diaries podcast, where your story is a diary worth sharing. It's your host, Justin Mohabier, and today we have a very special friend of mine, or rather, I should say a brother, Kevin Knowles, aka KP, defensive back for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, KP, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your football journey?
Just a man of faith, bro, from Hollywood, Florida. Somebody who been through a lot, but also felt through that all, felt the presence of God. Just how he moved me. His presence kind of moved me throughout my process. Everything that I've been through is just something that put me into position to where I am today. So I mean, to go to where I've been, obviously it takes skill, it takes gifts, it takes a gift, but it was just that want to of wanting to be more than what I was projected to be, or more than what a lot of people saw me as. So it was really that want to that pushed me to get to where I am. I mean, it's so much opportunity in this world, in this life. And it all starts with that want to. You don't have a sense of want to, a sense of urge to get to somewhere, you'll never make it. And you may make it, but you will never last. When I was in the fire, when I had to fight my way out of that fire, it's just I always had that want to, which allowed me to put me in position to be where I am today.
It's almost like that hunger, man. Like
Yeah,
just stay in that state of hunger. I hear a lot of like people from like all walks of life. They always talk about consistency and like discipline. And then when it comes to motivation, it like comes and goes. It's not something they necessarily rely on. But when it's there, it feels good in the moment. But you
yeah.
know, one week is up and then next week is down. So how much of a role does like consistency and discipline play for you?
Consistency is a major piece, especially discipline. Because without discipline, you'll never be consistent. And without you being consistent, you'll never understand what it means to be disciplined. I just feel like it's a lot of things that you will want in life that takes consistency, but a lot of people not built in a specific way to discipline themselves to remain consistent. Like growing up, we always were disciplined by our parents or disciplined by coaches or disciplined by our boss. We never had to put that discipline on ourselves. And I feel like that's where a lot of people fail, is like you get to a certain part in life and it's like I was always dependent on somebody else to discipline me. I was always dependent on the motivation of a coach to give me a motivational speech in order for me to get fired up. What about that times when you was alone, when you needed to be disciplined, when you you may be about to fall into temptation, but it's just that discipline, that consistency that push you to be who you need to be for yourself in that moment. So
It's like, how bad do you want it? And I think a major part of success is just like showing up, whether it's like a 5 a.m., college football workout, no one wants to wake up at like 4 a.m. to be at the facility at like 4:30,
never.
4:45, you know, or maybe it might be in business, like showing up to a meeting you don't want to go to. Showing up is a major part of success. And then going back to what you said earlier, the hunger, how bad do you want it? Let's talk about adversity. A moment in your life that quietly changed everything.
I'll start with one that kind of touched me as a young man. Like my dad always showed he's a diabetic, and going into my ninth grade year, he suffered from kidney failure, was on dialysis, and throughout that time, that dialysis began to take a toll on his body. And yes, he was still able to walk and do what it is that he had to do, but my dad was always somebody that was on go. Couldn't sit down. He couldn't stop doing what it is that he needed to do for other people. And as good as that may sound in the eyes of a human being, it was what led him to where he is today. A year or so later, my ninth grade year, my dad suffered from, he had a stroke. He had a stroke that left him paralyzed in his right side of his body. He lost feeling in things in his arm. He was in the hospital for a long time, back and forth, in and out of the hospital. But my ninth grade year, he spent a lot of time in the hospital. At that time, I didn't understand. I didn't understand because, like I said, my dad was my Superman. And it was a time where in ninth grade, I couldn't call my dad. He was in the hospital. Tubes stuck to his body, in his mouth and things like that. And it's like, I never saw my pops like that, let alone anybody. Because like for me to see him like that, it kind of put me in position to where it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I can't do anything without my pops. And that adversity, it showed me like I can quit, give up and give in, or continue to push for what my dad would have wanted out of me. my ninth grade year, like I didn't want to play football no more. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go to school just because of what my dad suffered from. And I just feel like it wasn't fair. As time went on, like I slowly realized I had to grow up early. I grew up with all sisters. I mean, I got an older brother, but he been out of the house. I grew up with all sisters, and I quickly had to become the man of the house. As much as I didn't want to, I had to, because I'm the baby of the house, but my sisters looked up to me. My sisters knew that I was strong, and whatever my dad taught me growing up is what I abided by. That piece right there is just a piece of adversity that kind of continued to this day, get me through where I am today. I always look back and realize, like, it was a day, bro, you was about to stop doing what you was doing, bro. You would have never made it to Kansas City. You'd have never made it to Florida State. You would have never been who you was at MacArthur High School. But because you continued to go and continue to do what was best for you and the thoughts of your pops, like, you made it to where you are today. So,
Going back in ninth grade, and you're like 14, 15 years old. So
yeah.
it's like, to your average person, this is not something that's, going on with them. So how do you define leadership? And do you believe everyone is called to be a leader?
I don't think everybody is called to be a leader, but everybody is put in position to be one. No matter what it is, you're leading somebody in your life, whether it's a kid, whether it's an adult. When God gives you gifts or puts you in position for your purpose is always for his perfected will. And his will is never against us. It may seem as what we go through is God is against us, or God is allowing this to happen to us, or the devil this, the devil that, but God is allowing this to happen to put you in position for the betterment of you, for the betterment of the people around you. For instance, um, when you sow your seeds, you sow seeds like a tree blooms is not for you to go picking, but for people that pass by, people that come to and fro to pick from that tree. So leadership is taking advantage of the opportunity to be in front, taking advantage of an opportunity to be in front of somebody, or taking advantage of an opportunity for God to shine his light through you. As God shine his light through you, it's not about you being able to see. But because he's shining his light through you, now you're lighting up the darkness for a lot of people around you. For instance, if you behind me or beside me, you can't see, we both can't see, but God shining his light through me is what's allowing you to see. You may be behind me, but because I can see, now I'm being led by God's light. And guess what? You right behind me, being led the same way. Whereas if it's darkness and I'm continue to walk in darkness, it's the blind leading the blind. So like I said, I don't think everybody's called to be a leader, but everybody is given the opportunity to be in position to lead.
So almost not everyone is called to be a leader, but people are equipped to be a leader.
Exactly. You'll always be equipped to lead, whether you want to or not, because a lot of people can't lead. A lot of people can't do what they want to do. There's multiple people in the Bible. God called multiple people in the Bible to do things that they wasn't willing to do. They didn't know that they was being called to be a leader, but God equipped them with it. God put people in their lives to go do what it is they need to do for his light to shine through them.
So if I walk in a room that's full of darkness with people, if I come in that room and shine my light, people are naturally going to gravitate to me, right? Technically, if you're a leader, you have people who follow you. If you don't have people following you, are you really a leader? We can be leaders without having a title. A title doesn't define us. What do people misunderstand about leadership?
Leadership isn't always seen as perfect. For instance, kindergarten, walking in a single file line, like the line leader, you had to be the line leader in order to be in front. Like in order to be the front, you had to be named the line leader. Like my coach, Coach Norvell, I had an exit meeting one day, and I basically told him that he was basically telling me that he needed me to be a leader. And I always told him, it was like, coming in, I wasn't really like a vocal guy. I wasn't doing everything from the front, but I led by example. And I told him that I can be a leader from the back. I can show you that I can be a leader from the back. And he basically told me, like, can't be no leader from the back. Just from a football standpoint, obviously, like, I understood what he was saying. But in my perspective, it's spiritual. Yes, I may not be able to I may not be the biggest person, the fastest person to talk, like, whatever. But I knew whether I went first in line, second in line, last in line, like, I knew what my rep was going to look like. And I knew that whether I went first or I went last, people was going to see my rep and look at me and it's like, all right, that's how it's supposed to look. So like everything is not based on perfection. Being a leader is not based on perfection. Being a leader is not based on being first. Because to a lot of people, first is perfection. And that's not always what it is. Because a lot of people don't always win. A lot of leaders, a lot of people that do it the right way don't always get it right the first time, or a lot of people that do it the right way don't always come first. So I just feel like that piece right there of, in order for you to lead, you got to be first, or in order for you to lead, you got to be perfect. I just feel like that's a lie, and that's something that stripped leaders of that title, strip leaders of that motivation or that urge to continue to push to lead others, because I don't feel that I'm perfect, or I'm not big or strong enough to be first, or I'm not. You feel me? I'm not like you was just speaking on David and Goliath. Nobody expected David to go do what he did. God placed that on his spirit to go do what he did, and he did it. Not because he was the biggest, the strongest, the most fierce, but because he feared the Lord and understood that whatever God puts in your place, in position for you, will be done.
Leadership is not perfection. You're not always going to be on your A game. Like there's going to be
Exactly.
some days it might be a C minus, right? But I think what makes a leader great is that consistency, right? Obviously, as a leader, you're not going to try to aim for a C minus. You're going to aim for A, but us being humans, we're going to fall short at times. It's not going to be perfect every single time. But as a leader, we're going to do our best. We can focus on what we can control and make sure we execute on those things. You were talking about leading by example, and I thought about this saying, you have to inspect what you expect. Well, whether that's in a romantic relationship, whether it's in a business relationship, or maybe with your teammates. Me as a person, if I'm telling someone to do something, I gotta make sure
I'm doing
I
it.
gotta ask myself the same question. Would I do it? Because if that answer is no, then I'm a hypocrite, right?
Yeah.
And people see through that. So what's a mistake you don't regret because it made you successful?
Like I had a child at a young age, probably 17 going on 18. Obviously I had a child out of marriage. It was a mistake. Like, we were young and obviously didn't know better. But me having that child early kind of opened my eyes to a lot of different things. I was a guy that played as a true freshman at Florida State, having fun playing football, making a little bit of money and things like that. And at that time, bro, I just assumed I was on top of the world. Playing as a true freshman, I'm finna get drafted in 3 years. Like, I'm good. When I had that baby, I realized that I became complacent, not only in my sport, but with the gift that the gift that God graced me with. That mistake, obviously, I don't regret it, but it put me in position to be to where I am today. It made me realize it's a lot that you gotta work for, bro. Cause one wrong move, bro, and it's over with for you. Now you brought this baby into this world and you don't got nothing to show for it. And obviously having a baby early didn't make me successful, but it put me in position to have a success story. Me having that child kind of continued to push me through it all, continue to force me to realize, yes, I did what I did was a mistake, but me having her, me able to come home to her every day and realize that, like, you got somebody to take care of, bro. Something that started off as a mistake that may have been a regret now is sunshine. It's that light that I needed out of the darkness. My baby being that light that I needed to get me out of that darkness or get me out of that place of complacency. So, I don't know if that kind of answered your question, bro, but like, that was something that was on my heart. I feel like that needed to come out.
It's a big reason of your why, in what you do. You talk about you being a man of your faith and then you being a family oriented person. So absolutely, man. I used to see you like my freshman year. So you were a sophomore. I used to work out like 6 in the morning and I used to see you at the leach. I'm like, what is bro doing there? And I remember I used to do that one. It wasn't like the squat bar, but it was like that. It was like a squat machine tying the rope around your waist. You
Yeah.
used to love that
Or the,
machine.
the hip thrust machine or whatever it's called. Bro,
Yeah,
like, bro, that's what I'm telling you. Like, my freshman year, bro, going into my sophomore year or whatever, or my sophomore year, whenever that was, bro, like,
yeah,
bro, I was like, I'm dedicated. Like, everything was football. Like, I'm locked in. Like, bro, I gotta do this. I gotta be this. Like, I'm up
yeah.
early morning. Like, it was a time where I was truly locked in, all about ball, bro. And getting up at 5 a.m. and going to do that. I stopped doing that. And it's like that put me in position to be where I was. So I had to go through the things and go through the adversity to realize where I left from. I remember, bro, you always used to bring that up. I'm like, bro, what, bro?
Definitely recognize me, like my face at least.
Bro, cause I knew you, bro. I'm gonna tell you why when I first saw you, bro. Bro, your TikToks used to be going viral, bro.
Yeah. Oh, snap. I didn't know you watched my TikTok.
So like, TikToks always used to pop up on my For You page. I'm like, bro, I know this man. Like, why I keep seeing it? Like, I keep seeing your face, and then I saw your face. I'm like, bro, I know him, fam. And then I saw you in Chuck Barbershop. Then I was like, when you left, I'm like, bro, I know him, bro. I just don't know from where, bro. And then everything kind of started going, bro. So, but
How would that experience be if I was on the team? Because I told you my whole story, like my freshman and sophomore year, things just didn't pan out.
everything that you was doing, like extracurricular and things like that, bro, you wouldn't be doing. Or at least you wouldn't spend as much time doing college football. College football is so time consuming, bro. You got class, you got meetings, you got treatment, you got games, you got everything. Between all that, you still got to sleep. So it's like, bro, like, you'd have had a brotherhood though, bro. Especially at Florida State, bro. Like, you going to experience so much. Then but you also going to know the ins and outs of what goes on at a true football, you feel me, at a true D1 program. In between, bro, I'm telling you to have fun, bro, just because of the brotherhood. Instance, like myself, like, I see you as a brother. You would have met many people like me, or I ain't gonna say like me, but you would have met many people that, you feel me? From an athlete point of view, it's like, bro, to a lot of people, like, we're in a whole different world. You got the football players, the athletes, and then you got students. But it's like, bro, like, shit, we want to be a part too, but bro, we never got time.
This episode of Leader Diaries is powered by G-Books Bookkeeping and Tax Services. If you're a business owner tired of managing receipts, spreadsheets, and financial reports, G-Books has you covered. They provide professional bookkeeping so you can focus on growing your business while they handle the numbers. Stay organized, stay profitable, and stay focused with G-Books. Their website is gbbookstax.com.
What does discipline looks like when no one is rewarding you?
It just goes back to what I was speaking on with the discipline. Do you want it enough to discipline yourself? Because it's like, I can be disciplined and things like that, and I do everything right. It's a message to the people is like, discipline doesn't always come with success. Discipline doesn't always come with first place. And discipline doesn't always come with the glitter and glam, the shiny. You know what I mean? But discipline is something that you can always take along with you. Discipline is something that won't leave you once you have it. I'm so disciplined, I understand that, yes, I may lack, I may fall short sometimes, but because I'm disciplined, I know how to snap back. So regardless of what it is or what you get out of it, what discipline looks like, even when there's no reward in the back end, is continue to put your best foot forward even when you don't feel like it.
What do you believe is a question that people should ask themselves more often?
I'll say why. Why, and you add whatever it is that you think it is. Why I do what I do. Why I feel how I feel. Why I move the way I move. Why do I want to be an NFL player? Why do I want to start a podcast? I mean, your why is kind of what puts you in position to be successful. It's so many different reasons when you add a why to it. I would just say, honestly, why with a question mark, and you fill in the space.
So it's almost your why should align with your purpose. And I think something too that leaders keep in their mind is keeping the end goal in the forefront of their mind whenever they're doing something. Like, yes, as a high school athlete or football player to be exact, I want to go to the NFL. I'm keeping that in the forefront of my mind. But I also have to be present where my feet are planted. I have to execute on this level. Once I execute on this level, I get scholarships. I go play Division I football,
Mm-hmm.
execute on that level for the next 3 to 4 years of my life, and
Domino
then
effect.
it's the NFL. So I think that's a great mindset because I think a lot of people they like to gaze and be so fixated on the future. Not that there's an issue looking at the future, but they get so focused on the future, they lose sight of the present. And when you lose sight of the present, you don't execute. What are some of the notable difference between college football and the NFL?
Chances, bro. I would say chances. You get college, most of the time you get chance after chance, bro. It's NFL is like, you get one and you done. I mean, maybe two, but it's a lot that goes on in college that wouldn't dare take place in the NFL. Just in the sense of me being a young athlete. I would assume because I'm a rookie, I would get a slap on the wrist, or I would get babysat, or somebody would kind of walk me through what it is to be. Once you step foot in this door, bro, you are a NFL athlete. You are an NFL employee. So in the time that you got spent through college, whatever, preparing to be what it is that you want to be as an NFL athlete, that's the time you needed to take to prepare what it is. So it's like, once I step foot in that door, it's like, I'm already equipped. I'm already ready for what it is that's gonna come my way, or what it is that I need to know of. Whereas college is just like, bro, they'll hold your hand through your senior year, and you'll come back 2 more years for college based off of how college going now, and they'll still continue to hold your hand. So it's like, in a sense, we kind of got spoon fed in college, whereas in the league, it's like, yes, a lot of people makes money. You playing against the top 1%. Everybody in the league is good. As bad as they may look on Sundays or whatever, compared to other people, everybody in the league is good. If you're here, you're good. And you deserved it. You earned it. It's easy to make it, but it's hard to remain in the league. It's college. A lot of people can make it to college, and a lot of people can remain in college. You'll see a lot of people go through 4 or 5 years of college, do what they do, but don't make it in the league. It's a lot that goes on other than just football. In college, it's all about your perspective of how you see things, how people see you, how you treat people, what you do on your off days and things like that, how you take care of your body, or like that's all that goes into the NFL. It's a magnifying glass over you in the league, whereas you kind of got some leeway in college. I'm gonna tell you the first thing they said. This right here. It's the first thing they're gonna tell you when you walk in the door. Protect the shield. Like, what is shield supposed to do? Protect you.
Right.
If I'm using the shield in battle, it's protecting me. They're telling us to protect the shield. So what you do outside the building, what you do in the building, what you do on your off time and things like that reflects this right here. So they tells us to protect the shield. Whereas college is just like, bro, you'll see a lot of people going to jail, things like that. Guess what? They playing it on Saturday. Because the NFL, obviously, is like that in the NFL, but it's like, bro, it's consequences, bro. Consequences to your actions. So I would just say just the magnifying glass is on you more than it is on the team.
It reminds me of integrity and character. And I define that as what you do when no one is looking. So what you're doing it's off the field. And what is KP doing? What is he being a representative of who he is, of the team, man of morals? Or is he someone that's a liability? Like he has off the field issues. Is he someone that we can't trust?
Yeah.
And he's just not a good look. I think that's definitely valuable for sure. And like going back to what you said, like 6 and 7 year like players, TJ Finley, like he entered the transfer portal and now he's looking for like a 7 school.
It's telling you, like, it's
That's
loopholes,
crazy.
bro. It's
7?
loopholes. You can find ways to, bro. I think it was a tight end at Miami, bro. He did 9 years.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Last year
you
was
think?
his,
Yeah,
last year, I think last year, the year before was his last year, bro. And it's like 9 years, bro, in college ball. Come on, bro. Like, but
yeah.
I mean, like, that's his story, bro. I was stressing for 4 years, but I know he was going through it.
How is it playing under head coach Andy Reid?
Andy Reid a great dude, man. That's kind of what you see in the differences of coaches. People who's just here to play football, and then people who's here for you. Andy Reid is somebody that's here for his people, not only just the players, but people in the building. You can just see the way he treat people, the smile he put on his face when we in meetings. When he try to make jokes, things like that, just kind of light up a room. Like, I think since I've been here, bro, I heard that man yell one time, and it was barely a yell, but everybody knew. You feel me? It's just so much respect that even obviously he's a winning coach and things like that, but it's so much respect that this building have for the man. Obviously because of winning, but just because of how he treats you. It's like I'm a undrafted free agent. We in stretch lines and he having conversation with me, making a joke about Florida State or whatever like that. Like, you don't gotta like, not too many people do that with a free agent. Drafted rookie, bro. Like, you feel me? But it's like he take the time out of his day to do things like that. And that kind of what gives you an understanding of who he is as a person. To have him as a coach, regardless of what's next for him, like, just to be able to sit in this building, sit in this meeting room, and watch him do what he do, and just watch greatness happen. Like,
You can tell someone's character by the way they treat others. You know, whether it's someone coming in and saying hi to the janitor, leaving the facility. Hey, how you
definitely, bro.
doing? Hope you have a great night. Little things like that, it's like small gestures pays big dividends because you never know who's watching. Like I always have the same, like people are watching you. Like even when you think they're not watching, they're watching you. You know,
Definitely,
so
definitely. There's always eyes on you, bro.
yeah.
And it's good to move, even if it's no eyes on you. It's good to move as if there's always eyes on you, bro. So, and that's kind of what I picked up through college. Regardless of what you do, bro. Like I said, there's always gonna be a magnifying glass over you, bro. Regardless if you think people looking at you or not, worried about you or not. For instance, football. Like, my coach sat us down today. Our DB coach sat us down today and basically was telling us, just like you're being watched after practice, before practice. Are you coming out late? You walking out late, or are you getting out early? You getting out to the practice field early and getting some reps in, some stretches in, and things like that, just to prepare you for what's to come for practice. Or like after practice, are you staying after practice, getting some catches on the jugs, or working your technique and things like that? Like, what are you doing extra? What are you doing behind those closed doors? Or when eyes aren't on you, what are you doing? Are you bettering yourself or are you becoming complacent?
When you walked into the locker room for the first time, how did it feel being teammates with Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes?
I was a little starstruck. That's Mahomes, bro. That's Travis Kelce, bro. And just the fact that like, bro, I walk past him freely every day. Like, am I here right now? Like I made it. Like that was my first. Like when I walked in the building, bro. It's like made it, fam. Like I really did it. Regardless of what's next or what happens to be next, like bro, I made it. I made it here to the NFL locker room, bro. I was able to put on the NFL jersey. Like just being next to them, bro. That's just like I watched them on TV, play with them on the game, and it's just like that's all it ever been. I was like, bro, I get to shake their hand, bro. I get to break it down with them, like Chiefs on 3. Like, I get to go reps. You feel me? Feel me? Like I always wanted to, you feel me? Pick off my home. You feel me, bro? Guard Travis Kelce. Like I was able to do that, bro. Greatness in one room, bro. Like for instance, like last week, bro. Like Derwin James now, but he a legend, bro. Florida State legend. I saw him after the game. It's like I ain't get all like whatever, but it's just like they like I can get a flip with you, like bro. But I respect your game, like you that guy for real, like Florida State guy, like you my like yeah, bro. You feel me? Let's get a flip, whatever. I'm like, bro, like that's crazy, bro. Like it's crazy, like, cause bro never came back to Florida State when I was there, so it's like I never saw bro for real. My first time to see him, that was my first time being able to play against the Chargers, bro. See him on the field, bro. Keenan Allen, bro, like Keenan, like bro, I'm lined up in front of Keenan Allen, like I'm on the field, like this Keenan, bro. Come on, fam. And all you can do is thank God, bro. All you can do is just like, bro, where would I be without you?
Earlier in the year, you guys played the Bills. Like, how was that feeling? Like, seeing like Josh Allen.
Atmosphere was crazy, first of all. The Bills got the craziest fan in the NFL.
Yeah?
In the NFL, bro. But, bro, being in Buffalo, bro, playing at their stadium, bro, and it's just like playing against Josh Allen, bro, James Cook, like playing against all them guys, it's just like, okay, yeah, I'm here for real now. Because, Chiefs and Buffalo is always a playoff game. Like,
Yeah.
regardless if it's in the regular season or the postseason, like, that's always a playoff atmosphere. So like to be in that atmosphere, bro, as a rookie. And bro, that was the first game I got activated. So that's the game I got signed to the 50. So when they signed me, bro, that was the first game I was back. And I'm just like, hey, bro, you got to do something. I don't know what it is you got to do, but you got to do it, bro. Got me a little tackle. Feel me? Little tackle did my thing, bro. But it's a feeling, bro, you can't explain, bro. Like, it's not that, that's Josh Allen or whatever, but it's just like, bro, that's Josh Allen, bro. You on the field with, bro. Just like, you gotta play it cool. Like, you gotta act like you. I know, like,
Yeah.
belong there, bro, but in your head, bro.
It's like, oh my goodness, Josh Allen. Yeah. Have you met Taylor Swift?
Bro, that's the first question everybody asked me, bro. I haven't, bro. I haven't even seen her. Yeah, I haven't even
Don't
seen
be at
her.
the practice, like supporting?
They don't let people at the practice.
Yeah.
In training camp they do, but like not in
Yeah.
season.
Like, would you ever take a picture with her?
With Taylor Swift? Bro, no, bro. I ain't no Swifty. Like, bro, I don't even know Taylor Swift music, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know me? Like, respect the bro, like, but like Taylor Swift just another singer to me.
Yeah. Nah, that's real. I think she was on the Super Bowl one time. Like the halftime
Mhm.
performance. I think she
I
was.
I don't remember the last Super Bowl I watched, bro. Oh, I watched last year. Bro, I don't even, fam. Me to play football, bro, I don't even be watching football.
Bro, I told you when I was working at the Leech, bro, you was literally working out
Yeah, bro,
while the Super Bowl was playing.
football only fun when you playing, bro. Like, I don't really like watching it.
And when the clock hit 0, how do you want to be remembered?
I mean, obviously, just a faithful servant, bro. Somebody that served others, bro. Not only faithful to himself, but faithful to the cause, faithful to his spirituality, faithful to other people. He was willing to serve. He was willing to do what it took for the glory of God, do what it took for the upbuilding of others. That's how I want to be remembered. Somebody who cared for the man next to him.
KP, thank you for your time. This is the Leader Diaries podcast, where your story is a diary worth sharing.